Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first session of Flutter Forward Extended event of GDSC HITK. It is going to be a combination of total 3 sessions. The first one taking place today. The upcoming 2 sessions would be taken tomorrow and the day after. The facilitator for this event is Debajyoti Shah, who is a brilliant Flutter developer, a SD intern at UB Health, and also the Flutter lead of GDSC HITK. Today, he is going to give an introductory session on Flutter and Dart. We will just wait for some time for more people to join in, and then we could start the session. I hope you guys enjoy the session. The session is informative and helpful to everyone who is into or willing to enter Flutter development. I guess that's it. Without further ado, let's welcome Debajyoti. Debajyoti. Hi Debajyoti. What's up?
Start.
Your voice is cracked. Your voice is not yet clear. Can you guys hear Debajyoti clearly? Debajyoti, could you rejoin?
Yeah, sure.
Hello. Just keep patience, guys. Debajyoti is having some issues with his internet.
Am I audible now?
Yeah. Fine. The stage is yours. Best of luck.
Okay. Welcome everyone. This is the first session of Flutter Forward Extended. Today I am going to explain you about the introduction of Flutter and Dart. So let me share my screen. So if you can hear and see me properly, please spam some fire emoji in the chat. That will be helpful, I think. So let's start the session. Uh, so first of all, Flutter is a UI framework, right, for building app development. So my first question is, why app development is the first place? Like when you use a mobile phone, 90% time you spend on different type of apps, right? Like it can be social media apps or any sort of apps. Like in website, the engagement and the comfort you get is just unmatchable when you use apps, right? So that's I also came from a web development background. So when I thought that I will also make a path into the app development, I had three options. First, I can make apps with the native like Java Kotlin. I can also build iOS apps by learning the Swift language, and there is this cross-platform app building technology like Flutter and React Native stuff. Okay. So now, after researching a bit, I came to a conclusion that I will go with the Flutter. So basically, what's the reason behind that? So the reasons is that Flutter is new. Like it's 6 years old right now. Like it has the first beta stable version of Flutter has been launched in May 2017. Since then, Flutter has gone a long way. So and currently it's considered as one of the best cross UI building platform for mobile app development. And also like the competition in Flutter is very low and the demand is very high. As you know that this is the startup era. Every now and then a new startup comes in. So like in startup they can't afford to set up two different teams for set up two different application, right? One for Android and one for iOS. So here comes Flutter. By a single code base, you can build a total six platform. You can host your app. Like you can use in Linux, also in Mac OS, in Android, and also in embedded systems. Like Flutter is also very famous for their car dashboard systems like recently Toyota and other big companies like have like implemented that. And also like if you are a third year or fourth year students and like to build some final year projects, is Flutter is a very good choice and Flutter is very user friendly and it's very easy to go with. Like in learning of 2 or 3 weeks, you can basically build full-fledged apps and connect backend with it. Okay. Yeah. And also the other point is like tons of freelance project. Like if you go in any freelance website like Fiverr, like Upwork, you can see tons of freelance projects built with Flutter. If you are an experienced developer, you can make a hefty amount of money in Flutter by doing freelancing. Okay, so I think that was the main reasons why I chose Flutter. And after that, let me let me do a quick introduction about myself. Like I'm a HD intern in UPL. I have also previously interned at .com. Uh, I am the Microsoft Technical Finalist, also the Flutter lead of GDSC HITK, and the co-founder of Plus Community, where we basically spread awareness about the open source. So now let's start. So what is this Flutter thing, basically? So Flutter is Google's UI framework, developed in way back May 2017. Like if I go next, like the challenges of mobile development today is very what do I say? Like previously, what when we built applications in the native approach, like everything is right, like the apps were good and the performance is good, but for small startups or small company, like they who has a cash crunch or something, like they had must have to fund two apps, like two teams, two code bases, and their investments are also big and also like different across OEMs and anything like you have to roll out different updates for different iOS across iOS and across Android. And when the cross-platform technology are famous after the React Native, Ionic, and Flutter comes into the picture, like the development becomes so fast. It's a single code base. By a single code base, you can basically have your app hosted in multiple platform. Like you can host it like in App Store and Play Store. Okay. Like, but in some cases, previously, what were the problems? Like it was not as much performance efficient like the native apps. And also previously you can tell like it is not an it's not built with native technologies. Like the look and feel our cross-platform apps provides is basically not up to the mark. But now when Flutter comes into the picture, it's quite a different scenario. So Flutter is a modern UI toolkit for native apps. It basically comes with a Skia engine, which is written in C++ language. And when we want to build apps in Flutter, the language we use is Dart. Uh, it's very, it's very easy actually. Like if you have a background of web development and you know JavaScript and know Java basically, like it's basically very easy to understand. Like it's a cakewalk actually. And everything in the Flutter is a widget. Like what you see in a screen from a pixel to pixel, like everything is a widget. Okay, like you see an app bar in the Flutter, that's a widget. You see a bottom bar, you see a list in chat screen, that's also a widget. Like Flutter also in the foundation package of Dart, like you can get the support of animation, painting, gestures. Gestures basically means like the swipe controls, like, and the tapping features in an app. And basically Flutter comes in like with two widget packages. One is material, one is property. Like material package is, I think, who comes from the design background, you have all heard of the material tree design system. So material design system is basically for Android, and Cupertino design system is basically for iOS. But currently after the Flutter forward event, like the SPI engine is being replaced with the Impeller engine, which basically has been accelerated with the graphical conditions and stuff. It's basically in the beta channel, but yeah, soon they will replace SPI engine and the performance will be hefty. Uh, the performance will accelerate very much. And what are the features of Flutter development? Like as I mentioned earlier, like the development speed is high, is very high. Like for the same amount of code when you write in native, like you have to like write three times more code than in Flutter. And yeah, so now this is a question. Like, have you guys seen this little cute bird? Like this is the this is the basically the Dart representative of Dart. What do I say? Like this is the mascot for the Dart language. So anyone in the comment section who knew like who this is, can you guess the name of this thing? Yeah, I'm waiting. So okay, I'm giving the name like it's Dash. Okay, so it's basically the mascot of Dart and Flutter. And if I show you like let me see. Like if I go show this thing, there is a separate page for Dart. Like in the if you go in the flutter.dev slash Dart, there is a whole page like who is Dash, where you can see the evolution of Dash basically, like how it got evaluated and stuff. And surprisingly, it also has an Instagram account, okay, which has a hefty lot of followers, more than yours actually. Yeah. So okay, let's get back to the our point of discussion. So like yeah, here is some like how you can develop high velocity development with Flutter. Like sub-second reload times paint your apps to life. Iterate rapidly on features. Test hypothesis quicker than ever. More time to experiment and test features. As you like have spend less time to write code, obviously you get more time to experiment and test features. And the main important thing is like single code base for faster collab. Like if you got a single code base, it's more easy to maintain and test bugs obviously. And 3x productivity gains, as I mentioned earlier. Flexibility and control for beautiful UI. So, like through Flutter, you can actually get a control within every pixel of the screen. Like you can make your brand come to life. Like you can previously, like what do I like in Flutter, it was through Flutter it is possible, like you can convert any UI design to app. Yeah, like it might seem intimidating, but yeah, it's possible. Natively apps for iOS and Android. Like for now, Flutter supports 60 fps GPU acceleration. Like if you use any type of animation or sort of graphics, like it will render in 60 fps. The animations are smooth, deep platform integration. Like it's not like that. Like if you write Flutter in Dart, okay, so it's also possible that you write native language into your Flutter code base, right? So you can also write native like some native features, like where you can code with Kotlin, and also you can also write your Swift code where you have to integrate some iOS plugins or something. Yeah, that thing is properly possible with Flutter. So yeah, and also the main thing is like Flutter communicates with the native side of the app through their platform channels. That's the one thing I mentioned to forward. Like there's a name like iOS developer, Android developer, web developer, Windows developer, macOS developer, Linux developer. Like all these six problems, like if you have to develop all these six apps for six different platforms, you have to hire six different teams to develop this, right? But with Flutter, it's only possible with a single code base. That's the main thing. Okay. Like yeah, as the it comes with the support and trust of Google, Flutter has quickly overcome the many of the hearts of the developers. Like now, it has been implemented by some big names in the industry. Like you have heard the name of Tencent, PUBG Mobile, and also what do I say, like Zerodha, the biggest brokerage firm of India. Also from True, Alibaba, and many other things. Like Dream11 app is also made with Flutter. And currently, like all the startups which are coming to this scenario, and Flutter is also a very viable solution for them. I think yeah, you can see like the Alibaba app, Google AdWords, Watch Finance, Amazon Musical, all these full-fledged apps and production level apps have been built with Flutter, and they are having like more than 1,000 million users in the total market. So for scaling, it's not also a question. Like with Flutter, you cannot make scalable apps. Like the example is right in front of you, like graphical horsepower. Like Flutter seamlessly combines with interface builder with 60 fps animated graphics generated in real time with the same code running on iOS and Android. Previously, there was some issue, but with the upgrade of Flutter 3.7, like this problem has been solved, and also with the integration of Imperial Engine, the animation and the graphics, the 3D object generation system has been like greatly improved. Here is some testimonial that you can see from the Hamilton musical app. Like and also Flutter comes with the support of this popular frameworks. Like you can see like the Firebase, VS Code, Xcode, Android Studio. These are the third-party Android SDKs, and also some third-party iOS SDKs like Material Design, Redux, iOS APIs, and iOS APIs. All you can basically integrate with your Flutter app. Rich ecosystem. Like I started developing Flutter apps like 7 8 months before. Okay, so like what I have experienced is like the Flutter community is awesome. Like they help newbies to learn new stuffs, and also in the open source field, like there are tons of packages to help you speed up your development journey. Okay, so there are 1,100 plus packages in the repository. If you go to the pub.dev website, you will get all the Flutter packages will be listed. 24,000 GitHub stars combined, 500 plus apps in Play Store, and I think these are some stats which is less. I think for now this has been checked previously. For now it's been like growing like many times, many folds actually. Yeah. Like 500 plus apps in Play Store. Like now I can like say like apps more than 2,000, 3,000. like 4 ways to use Flutter today. Like you can also start and do apps from scratch. So like you have idea, bring your app to the other platform. Use a Flutter for a part of your app. These are 4 ways you can start to use Flutter today. And these are some of the key components of the real Flutter development. So yeah, I think that's it for the Flutter side. We will also discuss Flutter in our upcoming lectures on something when we build our Flutter apps. So now, basically, anyone have any questions regarding Flutter that I have explained so far? You can ask right now. Okay, so as I mentioned previously, like, the language which is used to develop Flutter apps is Dart. So the Dart foundation is in Flutter is very much needed. I think there is a question. There is a common assumption that Django is more safe when it comes to building gateways and integration. Can you please elaborate? Yeah, I don't think that's the scenario right now. Okay, like there are official filter packages from the Razor Pay side or the Razor Pay side. Like if you integrate that thing into your app, like they ensure as they are coming from the official Razor Pay team or like official Stripe team, they ensure like the payment gateway experience you get is actually seamless. And yeah, now the packages support in Flutter has been increased very much, so that's not an issue I guess right now. I have also integrated Stripe in one of my apps, and I have no issue. So, so as I was mentioning, like the Dart is the main foundation of Flutter. Okay. So like it's not that much a hard language. If you know a bit of JavaScript or Java, this is totally fine. Like you can basically taste the Dart language within 1 week of learning. Like not, I would not recommend you to go to like dot that much of stuff like where you are like learning about macro tasks, and that is the advanced part of Dart where which takes some time. But yeah, the basic syntax and all like the async concept you can learn it with more that's an issue. Okay. So after that, what I can is go to the basic part. So now we will like do some hands-on experience with the we will do some hands-on experience with the Dart language. Okay. So this is Dart pad, and this is used this is a Dart playground. Okay, where you can like write some code in Dart and basically experiment with some Dart code and see what's the results coming out. Okay, so uh, in the Dart pad there is both the options. Like you can also write Dart code, you can also write Flutter, but the Flutter side is not that much optimized. If you write a Flutter code, it takes like a lot of times to compile. So I would say like if you are planning to experiment with some UI components, like be it in your local environment, local system after settling Flutter. But for experimenting with Dart, it's totally different. Yeah. So it gives me a basic snippet of Dart, then everything in Dart, like what do I say? Be inside the void main function. Okay. And every instruction in Dart you can have to put the void main function. So I will go with some basic data types first. And Ayushman Sural, I think, has some another question. Resources for Flutter freelance and where did you start your journey? Okay. So, like, I have started Flutter by writing what do I say? Like, there is a Udemy course which is by Maximilian Schwarzman. Like, the course is good, but like as you know that the Flutter is very much dynamic and it changes rapidly. Okay, so the course was a bit outdated. That time I was learning the UI. The UI fundamentals are the same. Okay, so there's that's not an issue. But when you get into the advanced part, like you are going to learn Firebase and stuff, then the course is not that much useful. But yeah, if you are going to start your Flutter journey right now, I would suggest that there is a 37-hour course of Freeport Camp by a guy named Nathan. Yeah, because that's the mostly the latest course currently available. I will currently suggest everyone that video. Yeah, that part is also good. So you can also go for that. Yeah, and I would also highly suggest you to go to the flutter.dev website, okay, and see the docs basically. Flutter docs is one of the finest docs I have ever seen. Okay, first I would rank Tailwind. After that, I will go with Flutter. Flutter docs. Okay. Kush Ghosh has also a question like from where can I download Dartmouth? So that's not an issue. I think it's basically in web browser. In web browser, you can search like dartpad.dev. You can easily go find the online compiler and post it. Okay, so let me think. So the name I was talking about is like Freecode Camp Flutter course. Okay, I think now you can heard it. The Freecode Camp, it is a 37-hour course. Like the course author I name currently forgot, but yeah, it's something called Nathan. Yeah, you can basically find it by Freecode Camp for that course. Okay, I'm not sure. So okay, too much talking. Now let's get our hands dirty with some Dart code. Yeah, it's Freecode Camp. So let's go and with some Dart code like. There is some basic data types like int, if I say that's you basically mention an integer number. Int also it has to be 10 as well. As you can see, like 10 has been printed here. So money is one thing. After money, like if you want to use some floating point numbers here, like so what we say transaction like here you can use 10.50 as it's a floating point integer. So if I now also print it, you have to see 10.50, 10.5. So that's something, and there's also a scenario like you don't know about the type of integer you are basically getting. Like it might be some integer, it might be some floating point integer. So in that case, you can use num. So, so like if I use integer num, should yeah, as you can see, like your 155 has been printed. Uh, like now there is also a method to check the type of the integer, like the variable you are using. Okay. So as the integer is a num, so if I do dot, and after that you have some like all the options has been initialized by your intelligence actually. So if I write runtime type, so it should return me like int. Like as I have mentioned 155 it's a print like not a double. Okay. So if I also like now 1021 it should give me double. So like till now we have covered like the int, double and non data types in Dart. After that what we should do, we should move into string. So let me do string first. In my first name. So as you can see, my name has been printed here. So not that much hard, like it's basically similar like JavaScript and stuff. So not that much. Yeah. So now like what we think we can do is like we initialize a age, okay, age 20 and age 1 age is 15. So now if I print age equals to age 1, like what should be the output in this case? Uh, you guys can tell in the comment section. You guys can totally like do this hands-on right now with me as Dart that requires some setup. But, yeah. So if I run it right now, show account files. Yeah. As we are comparing age, which is a string, and also age one, which is an integer, it should come false. Okay. So after that, we have now also discovered a new type of data type, which is boolean. So for boolean, we can initialize a boolean variable like this. So, like a website like this. So now we have discovered a lot of data types. Let me show you. So if I want to concatenate these two strings into a one print statement, so how you can do it in Dart? So first of all, I can do which if I print, you should see on full link, which has been printed here. Also, another way, this thing is called string concatenation. So now I can also use this thing. It's dollar sign and dollar sign. This is called string interpolation, and this is a more viable way to do like concatenating two strings. So like as you can see, it's been printed, and as I have left a small space here, my first name is carried by my last name with a single space between. Okay. So that's the thing. And also, if you like have some instant thing, so what you can do is like or wrap this variable within curly braces. and like X is the inside key. But as we don't have any first key inside of first name, so that's the matter. But this is the way when you have some nested variables inside some map or inside some maps, inside some tables actually. This is the way you can initialize basically the string concatenation and string interpolation. As we are done with the string concatenation, let me do something. Now, age. So, first name and my age. Let me print it here. So in this print statement, what should I get printed? Like Debajyoti's age is like the age, right? But if I do done like you see, as I have written inside the string, it's automatically concatenated and like converted to string. But if I do this, okay, as you can see somewhere like so now I am going with the previous approach where I was showing the concatenation. So now if I want to show like my first name along with my age, okay. So you will see some error. Like the argument type int can't be assigned to the parameter of string, and it's quite understandable. Like that int age data type is basically of int, but inside this statement I have to pass some string. So what I can do is inside dot I have some method called string. Now the age is being converted to string, and if I now click on run, if you can see it is done. So if now you want to like give a space, okay, so this is the way you have to concatenate this actually. For separating it with space, you have to give this empty code with this stuff. So also string concatenation is done. Now what I will do some values. Like I will introduce the concept of variable final and constant. So um, I have initialized a variable called and there is a string. You should give me string. Right? Like when you declare a variable, you shouldn't have declared its type. Declare type here. But yeah, well, this is the part. Like if I in case this will find. So what's the difference between var and find? Okay. So if now I have initialized the variable with final, and now if I reinitialize, so here you can see the error like the final variable even can only be set once. So the final variable is like redundant. Like if you set it once, you can't reassign it to any value or stuff. So that's the difference between variable and final. And there is also another thing called const. So also like you can see the same way like constant variables can't be assigned the value. Try looking the assignment or remove the modifier const from the variable. Okay, so Ankush Rose has been telling that can you explain the dollar part? So so this is the string interpolation thing that I was mentioning. So here I have my first name and the age. Okay. So if I have to interpolate these two things, like first of all, inside print statement, I have to start with this this, and after that I have to initialize the variable name after a dollar sign. Okay, so this dollar sign basically implies that this first name is a variable. This is not some kind of string or stuff. Okay, so if I remove the dollar sign, you can see like the color has been changed and it is being now portrayed as a string. So like yeah, so here I have mentioned like the first name and also age, and in between there is a space. So that's the thing. When you do string interpolation, go to dollar sign. I'm also running it once so that you can see the output. Yeah, this is the thing. Now, I think your doubt has been cleared. Now let's get back to what we were doing so far. So what I was doing is I was showing you guys the screen equals to as you can see, like the const is also acting the same way like the final date previously. Like constant variables can't be assigned the value. Try removing the assignment or remove the modifier const from the value. So you guys can say like so. Then what's the difference between final and const? So basically, const is like the ultimate. Like you are saying that this thing can't be changed. Like anywhere in the near future. Okay. But when you are doing some final in some small little variables like what was it, like this string or print or something, they can't really modify it, but you can still modify some list or map which will later cover. Okay. So map is like basically the JSON. If you come from the background of JavaScript or web development, you have to understand the JSON. And list is basically an array that's in Dart, which is basically defined as a list. So you can modify a final list or a final map, but you can't modify a const list or a const map. Okay, so that's the difference between these two. I think so far so good. Anyone in doubt? So you can write in the comment section. So let's see it on the now I will going to show you some conditional statements written in Dart. Okay. So and also mention the basic statement. Now I will so this is how you write some nested if else statements in Dart. It's quite simple. You have to keep the keyword later than followed by the condition. Then you start curly braces and write the keyword inside. So as in page is 20, if I remember, I should show you yeah. So this is how we write conditional statements in Java. After that, what should I show you? So after inference, I think it's not that super useful, but yeah, sometimes for writing cleaner code, it's needed. So if I write like this, and as you know, like after every case, I have to print. Okay, that's a thing to remember in switch cases. And also I have to like add some control. In the first place, I think there's a thing that you have seen so far. Inside a string, you can't use this here. It's not for or this. For example, so for achieving this, we have to also escape this. Okay, like we can escape this with the backslash. Now it this is fine. Now if I play, so you are showing like you are eligible because my age is 22. Now if I change it to 21, it should show you like I am. That's the case. So you are also guys are also familiar with edge cases right now. So later I am going to show you some loops. Okay. How to define loops in so for like it's a simple interface. You are initializing a variable inside of code and you are specifying that floating. You have to implement it after each iteration. So if I print now, it should give me a result to 1 to 2. So this is repeating as I started from zero. So that's the thing. It should, if I want to use a conditional statement inside my loop. Okay. So now if I print it, so, this, this is the syntax of it. Now if I print, it should show 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's done, and the rest of the thing. So as you can also see, like here it's also 20 bits done and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of the stuff. If I use break here, you can see like it's been started from zero. Like after like I post five condition has been made, it's basically done and it's break out of the loop. And after that nothing is being printed. So that is break. So let's compute here for how many. If I run now, you can see like 0 into 3 4 5 for 5 it's printed, it's done. After that I value has been implemented and the next value is 6 that's been implemented. So that's a little thing to note about difference between break and continue. So after that after the things I should go with some data types I think. So let me show you how to initialize and list and data. So okay, for now, like I have shown you things. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. So okay, now let's see how to integrate the list. Okay. So let's do from Debajyoti. That's our define the list basically. Doing something. So this list is basically a reserved keyword. Like this is reserved by the name it is a type of list that I can use. So if I want to have a list, can I use this list with another code? This should work fine. List. So this is a list like what you can see right now. Like a strings that are controlling the string is here. So suppose this is being breaking point apart. Okay. So this is the thing. So after doing right now, like this float is iterating from 0 to 10 and then 20 each step. Like if the I is level is close to 5, we wait for this one. Okay. And then when I will break, the break statement basically means like it should exit the program or it should exit the loop basically. So like the control flow works like till now after the print, it should go like above the for loop. Okay, like the for loop has been executed after the break statement has been used. So if I do run right now, as you can see, like after zero, it's like the print I has been printed. Then one, then two, then three, then four, then when the five part has been printed, like after like printing is done, and it's just like the break statement has been made. So it basically exit the loop condition. So now no nothing will be printed for you. And as you can see, after it's done, nothing has been printed. So like, but if I do continue, so in continue, what it basically does is like when the I first equals to 5 condition has been made, it basically tells okay, it will print the its run statement and continue is just increment the I value. Okay. When it's with the continue statement, what it does is basically increment I equals to 6 from 5. Okay. So that's why when we run like after 4 it's 5 like basically after that 6 and the rest of the loop continues in the same way like after 9 so that's the thing in the continuing text. I think it's clear to you now. After the break, there is a code to then why it's not printed. Okay. So, so what was it? When you need the text statement, okay, it gets exited from the for loop. Like this is the block, like this what I created process, what you can see right now, is the block for the for loop. So when I encounter the break statement, it basically gets out of the for loop. The control gets out of the for loop. So then, like what was it? So the print I statement doesn't get into the control flow. Okay, when you get the print statement, it just simply goes out of the for loop, and the print out of the for loop, that there is no print statement. Okay, so that's why the print I hasn't been executed yet. I think now it's clear. So let's get on with the discussion we were doing so far. So we were seeing like how to initialize a so I've initialized a list. So now if I print the list, I've already printed and showed you like how it works. So in list, like there is a lot of options. Okay, so you can try. Like if I do list was first, it should print the first element of the list. Like that's Kakashi. Now Kakashi has been printed. So that's one thing. And like if you want to access any questions argument inside the list, you can basically pass its index number. Like you generate doing some arrays, you can just say like right now is just as you know like array starts from zero. Okay, so that's the thing. After that, what I should show also there is a data type. You can also specify the type, like the type of the variables that's inside the list. Okay, so like now you can see like all the variables inside, all the text inside the list is basically a string. So I can specify that the list should only contain string elements. Okay, so now run it, like it should basically show the same thing, like no other should occur. Yeah, but if I a list of print and basically it should contain only print elements. Okay, so I am getting an error like the element type string can't be assigned to a type of int. So that's the thing. That's how you can basically type save your variable. Like I only want int of list. So if you enter any string or any other type of variable, it should throw you a error. So that's the thing on here. After that, let me show you how to define a map. So, let me show you. In map, you have to define with this curly braces. So inside a map, there has to be key and value pairs. Like, its name, and my age is basically 20, and my uh, so this is how you mention a map. Like the left side of the thing is called key, like the name, the status is all the keys, and the right side of the thing is basically the values associated with the keys. Now, like, map one. Inside the map one, I want the name field. So as we have done in the case of list, can do the same thing with the map. Just we have to pass the key name inside the string process. Okay. If I run, as you can see, this thing is moving the same thing. Okay. But same thing in the map case also. If you want to type save your map, so as you can see, like the map basically takes two arguments. One is key, one is value. So I can see like all of the left side and all of the keys are in string. Okay. Generally, it's string. So the first thing is string, and now I have to specify the other side of the thing. As you can see, like the name is string, but the age is a integer. Okay, and the status is also a string. So I can't basically say like what is the data type. Our value is continuing. So what I can do, we can simply say that it's dynamic. What dynamic basically says is like it can be of any type. The variable can be of any type. I simply don't know the type of it. Okay. So that's how we have to define map. Like this map, the value of the keys will be in string and the values will be dynamic. So if I run, I should see the same. Yeah, this thing is done. And map is also in. Any questions so far? You can ask it in the comment section. Uh, if there's no question, I will go with how to define a function. So it's the same that we are going to define in programming languages. Okay, so I have initialized. So like this is a normal syntax of function. Like this the utmost left keyword basically define what is the type, that is what am I returning from a function basically. So this white keyword basically means I am not returning anything from the function, and this is the function name. Then this is the parameters. Right? The function is basically taking input of two parameters. One is name, one is age. After that, I am basically printing the name and age. I have defined the function. If I call it, so, and there will be two additional arguments expected, but zero found. So I have to pass the arguments, right? So I name the string and also passing age. That's the thing. It's like I have been declared my string as so if I do it right now, it should print as you're seeing, like the age is 20. Okay. So this is how we define function. Yeah. And also like there is also a concept of optional parameters. Okay. Like if sometimes it's like you don't know you have like these parameters you already have on it. Okay. Suppose you have the name parameter, like the value of the name, but you don't actually know the age. Okay. So by specifying this with a like question mark, you are telling it like that I don't need basically this age is optional field. Like without also the age, like this function will run. As you can see, the version is selected. optional parameters. And we will introduce so this is how you have to initialize the optional parameter public with the third bucket and inside we can have the optional parameter. We also have to use a question mark to basically portray that it's a optional parameter. So the syntax has been changed after the null section use of Flutter. And after this thing, like if we run, as you can see, like I am printing the age, but I am not passing the age variable. So this is not that's is being pointed out. So far so good. I think you guys have got the concept of function so far. So there's a last piece left which we have to cover, which is known as class. Okay. So I have to mention any class. What I have to do, I have to basically import the what are the variables the class contains. Okay. After that, after initializing the variable, you should have a constructor. Okay. So what is a constructor? Constructor basically gives you the feature to pass on the name and age value, like you are doing in the function when you are calling the function. So what we should do is like age dot age and age dot name, and this is a variable structure of a class. Okay, so now you guys can ask like what is this keyword. Okay, so this keyword basically means the super basically means the variable of a super class. Okay, so as this is a person, this is inside a class of a person, this keyword says that this age variable belongs to the super class. This person super class is what? This class person. Okay, so this person's age, I am passing this person's this dot age. Okay. Same for the this dot name also. The same concept applies. So now, if I want to do something, let's see, I am a person. I will pass the name. So for pass name, so pass parameters actually. So I'm passing both the variables as a string. Okay. So if I do one thing, type print, now as I've declared it as a class, now I can like after giving a dot, I can say like what is this class field contains. As you can see the age and name. If I age, click on run, as you can see like I passed 28 and it has been put. So this is basically the concept of class. I think that's all. That's all I have to show what Dart is. These are the basic syntax of Dart. For now, for a beginner, you are good to go with these syntaxes. I think I have covered more than the things that are required. So now you guys can ask me anything. I'm open to questions. If you guys have any question, just throw it in the comment section. Okay, I think then we will conclude the session. Let me show you one thing before ending the session. Like this is the website of the Flutter.dev. Okay, this is the website. You can simply type in your browser's address bar like the Flutter of dev, and you want people to go with this website. In your free time, if you are going to start Flutter journey from today, you can get some started with this website. Basically, like what is Flutter and what is Flutter products. Like go through this website properly, and like if you can get started. This is the installation guide, okay? Like for installing Flutter. So we will also have two more session. Like one is tomorrow and one is the day after tomorrow. There we will build a Flutter app from scratch. Okay. So for that, what you guys need is to has to smoothly set up your Flutter environment. So for now, what I will suggest you guys is to install, like if you have a Windows machine, you have a Linux machine, or a Mac machine, just to choose accordingly. And if you click on macOS, there is a simple and suitable like instruction what you have to do step by step. Just get it done, and you are good to go with Flutter. Okay? And if you guys face any kind of difficulty setting up your Flutter locally, just ping me up in any social media, like I will be happy to help you guys. So after that, after you guys install the Flutter, tomorrow we will meet at the same time. Let's give this weekend to Flutter and let's start with this. And in tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, what we will build, we will basically build a note taking app in Flutter and Firebase. And we will build it from scratch. We will also learn what Firebase is and dive deep into Firebase. Okay. So that's it for today, I think. Uh, uh, in the meanwhile, you guys can shoot any question in the if you want to ask. I think, yeah, uh, there's no more question. Makshada, now we can wrap up the session.
So, so I guess there aren't any more questions. All credits to you, Debajyoti, for the wonderful explanation. Uh, I hope you guys enjoyed the amazing session. There's more to come tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. The session, there will be two more sessions. And if you have any further doubts, you could drop it in the chat section. No doubts, I guess. So, with that, we conclude our first session for the Flutter Forward Extended event. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye.